most of the customers that at least I get involved with, the difficulty they face is the bottleneck in the design process. So do a quotation, convert that quotation to order, and then depend on the volume of orders they're getting through the business. Usually the bottleneck's the design department. Manufacturing, they have the amount of time to do the manufacturing. That's pretty much a given or a known or well-defined known, but they're usually the bottlenecks in the design department. So adopting design automation can heavily reduce the time needed to produce certain designs or reduce repetitive design work. So hopefully the process can be much slicker and quicker. People try to kind of combine the two, and it is the two quite different. So take a look at the process first of all. So the process is what any customer does from the sales process all the way through to delivering something, and obviously what that entails, because the product can have a great impact on the process, and the sales cycle again can have a huge impact on the process. So once we understand the process and remove what they do currently, then we can map product to the process. So we can map what CRM systems they need, where DriveWorks fits in potentially, how SOLIDWORKS fits into the mix, PDM, any CAM and other products, accounting software, how all those fit into the mix and how the flow works. I usually treat DriveWorks like a bit of the glue or the jointing system. So most customers have like a CRM, some kind of quotation system, CRM system to do all sales front end. But once they've done got the quotation, convert that to a sales order, then it's where they go from there into the design process. And if DriveWorks can bridge that gap, it does so very well. But that again depends on product. So if the product lends itself to theme-based design, where we can design based on rules, we can very easily bridge that gap. Yeah, so in one particular customer, they had a very convoluted process, for want of a better description, and the design team were getting information from spreadsheets based on what product ranges the product managers were wanting in that particular year. What we did was basically massage the data in Excel to produce other Excel tables or data in the right format. Use that data to fully automate the CAD data using autopilot, because we can take data straight in from tab-based files. So we could massage the data, strip the data, collate the data to what we needed for what ranges we needed at that point in time, throw that into a tab file, and then we could generate them designs on the fly as and when needed. So for me, customer experience is not about our customer experience, it's about our customer's experience. DriveWorks allows our customers to give them the tool so their customers can do business with them much easier. So if they take DriveWorks to their website, people can engage with them and get to a product or a design without even needing to talk to the customer, or give them that experience and that feel, that touch point, their shop window, to make it stand out from the crowd. First steps would be talking to us or the account manager. Generally then we'll get involved with myself or my team to discuss where they are, what they do and where the pain points are, and then we would probably recommend a start point, or where we need to start, or how the customer needs to start, or what state the data's in, and how we can then take them from where they are currently and then mobilize them and get them working more efficiently. Yeah, so usually there's quite a lot of bottlenecks or potential bottlenecks to getting started, and usually that's with the way the customer has maybe set up the data. Now, when you're going to go to design automation using DriveWorks, we need to set the data up in a way where it's automatable, and that's not necessarily the way that somebody would naturally model just using regular SOLIDWORKS. So generally we've got to kind of strip down, rebuild and massage the data in such a way that we can leverage that data multiple times from maybe different designs and reuse that data. Generally, it's just we use automation like we'd sell automation like we sell SolidWorks. So, for example, you come on the training, and then you would adopt DriveWorks like you would SolidWorks, and then but the only difference is with design automation or using DriveWorks is we supply you with some extra time on site to get you going with your first project, because it's a little different to kind of picking up a regular tool that everyone's familiar with. So it's the initial stages that we need to kind of really handle the customer to make sure they're going off and have a great platform to build on.